The night the arena roared, Bradley Walsh, Mark Clattenburg, and the Gladiators' semi-final showdown. The arena lights burned bright, casting long reflections across the polished floor as thousands of excited fans filled the stands. The familiar drumbeat of anticipation echoed through the massive studio as the crowd prepared for another thrilling installment of Gladiators on BBC One. The semi-final had arrived, one of the most intense nights of the season. Only the strongest contenders would survive the gauntlet of brutal challenges and towering gladiators. The stakes had never been higher, and everyone inside the arena could feel it. At the center of the action stood the ever-charismatic host, Bradley Walsh. With his signature grin and quick wit, he had been guiding viewers through the competition all season long. Bradley had a way of connecting with both contestants and audiences alike, joking, sympathizing, and sometimes even playfully challenging the decisions made on the arena floor. But on this particular night, that playful spirit would spark an unexpected clash. A semi-final packed with tension. Saturday night's semi-final brought together two determined contenders, Emo and Finn. Both had fought their way through earlier rounds, defeating rivals and enduring punishing trials against the mighty Gladiators. Their goal was simple: earn a spot in the grand final. The arena buzzed with excitement as the crowd chanted and waved banners. Families leaned forward in their seats, eager to see who would emerge victorious. Emo had become something of a fan favorite during the series. Calm under pressure but fiercely competitive, he had repeatedly impressed viewers with his athletic ability and resilience. Finn, meanwhile, had developed a reputation for fearless determination. He attacked every challenge with relentless energy, refusing to back down even against the most intimidating gladiators. Tonight would test them both like never before. And the game that would ignite the controversy: Collision. Enter the Collision arena. The Collision game was one of the most explosive events in the Gladiators lineup. Contestants were tasked with racing across platforms and bridges while avoiding the bone-shaking tackles of gladiators determined to knock them off course. At the heart of the challenge was a simple but crucial rule: maintain control of the ball while navigating the obstacle. Drop it, and everything could change. As the whistle blew, Emo sprinted forward with determination blazing in his eyes. The crowd erupted in cheers as he darted past the first gladiator, weaving through the course with impressive agility. But halfway across the bridge, disaster struck. A sudden impact from a charging gladiator caused the ball to slip from Mo's grasp. Gasps rippled through the audience. The ball bounced once against the platform. Emo lunged forward, and in a flash of instinct and determination, he caught it again. The crowd cheered wildly, many believing he had salvaged the moment. But not everyone agreed. The referee steps in. Standing near the edge of the arena floor was the night's referee, Mark Clattenburg. Clattenburg was no stranger to high-pressure decisions. Known for officiating some of the biggest matches in football history, he carried himself with an air of authority that few dared challenge. And as Emo reached the end of the platform, Clattenburg raised his hand. The whistle blew. Emo had been penalized. The scoreboard flashed the disappointing result. The dropped ball meant the point did not count. Confusion rippled through the arena. Emo looked stunned. The audience murmured, and host Bradley Walsh raised an eyebrow. Bradley asked the question everyone was thinking. Bradley walked over to Emo, microphone in hand. "So what happened there?" he asked with a curious smile. Emo shook his head slightly, clearly puzzled. "I think I got disqualified with 1 point," he explained. "But I should have been allowed that." The crowd responded with sympathetic murmurs. Many in the audience appeared to agree with him. Bradley turned toward the referee. "Please explain what's going on there," he asked politely. All eyes turned to Mark Clattenburg. The referee spoke calmly. "You dropped the ball on the bridge," he said. That's against the rules." The explanation was straightforward, but Bradley wasn't quite satisfied. Bradley pushes back. The host tilted his head thoughtfully. "There's a case to be said," Bradley began carefully, "that if you drop the ball and then regain it and catch it." He paused, clearly thinking through the scenario. "I mean seriously." The crowd leaned forward. Some nodded. Others murmured in agreement. But before Bradley could continue, Clattenburg cut him off. The referee raised a finger. "Bradley," he said sharply, "be quiet." The crowd reacts instantly. For a moment, the arena froze. Then the reaction came. A loud chorus of boos thundered through the audience. Fans didn't appreciate seeing the beloved host silenced so abruptly. Many waved their arms and shook their heads in disbelief. Some laughed. Others jeered. The energy inside the arena shifted from suspense to playful rebellion. Clattenburg wagged his finger toward Bradley, doubling down on his authority. "The rules are the rules," he added firmly. But the audience wasn't ready to let the moment pass quietly. Bradley's classic comeback. Bradley Walsh had spent decades in television. He knew exactly how to handle a tense moment. Instead of escalating the situation, he simply smirked. Turning toward the audience, he muttered with perfect comedic timing, "He's got out of the wrong side of the bed today." The crowd erupted in laughter. Even some of the gladiators nearby struggled to hide their smiles. It was classic Bradley, diffusing tension with humor. And in an instant, what could have been an awkward confrontation became one of the night's most memorable moments. Social media erupts. While the arena buzzed with laughter and boos, viewers at home were already reacting online. Fans watching the broadcast took to social media platforms to share their thoughts. One viewer posted, "The referee telling Bradley to be quiet as he objected to the rules." Another wrote, "Bradley getting in Mark's bad books again, classic." Many found the moment hilarious. Others thought it added an unexpected layer of drama to the show. But not everyone was impressed. Some fans call it pantomime. A few viewers suggested the confrontation felt overly theatrical. "This show is getting a bit pantomime-y," one person commented. Another joked that Clattenburg might already be preparing for a role in a holiday stage show. Clattenburg getting his audition for Christmas panto villain nice and early. The comment quickly gained likes from amused fans. In truth, the moment captured exactly what made Gladiators so entertaining: fierce competition mixed with larger-than-life personalities. Mo's determination. Despite the controversy, Mo refused to dwell on the decision. He returned to the arena floor with renewed focus. The semifinal still had several events remaining, and every second counted. Athletes on Gladiators understood one thing above all else: you can't argue with the clock. Mo channeled his frustration into performance, and the crowd, clearly still rooting for him, cheered louder than ever. The Gladiators bring the heat. Meanwhile, the Gladiators themselves remained relentless. Towering figures of muscle and determination, they were determined to protect their arena. Each challenge brought fresh collisions, dramatic near misses, and breathtaking displays of athleticism. Finn battled fiercely in his own events, refusing to give Mo an easy path to the final. The semifinal was turning into one of the most exciting episodes of the season, and the earlier confrontation between Bradley and Clattenburg only added to the night's unforgettable atmosphere. Bradley's role in the arena. For viewers, Bradley Walsh wasn't just the host, he was the emotional bridge between contestants and audience. He celebrated victories, sympathized with defeats, and occasionally questioned decisions on behalf of the fans. That night's exchange with Clattenburg perfectly illustrated why audiences loved him. He asked the questions viewers were already thinking. Even if the referee didn't appreciate it, the referee's perspective. Of course, Mark Clattenburg had a job to do. As a veteran official, he understood the importance of enforcing rules consistently. Allowing exceptions, even minor ones, could undermine the integrity of the competition. From his perspective, the situation was simple. The ball had been dropped, the rule had been broken, decision made, and referees rarely enjoy having their calls debated on live television. The entertainment factor. But part of what makes Gladiators so compelling is exactly this type of unscripted moment. The clash between authority and personality. The tension between competition and entertainment. In the end, viewers weren't angry about the exchange. Most were simply amused. It felt real, authentic, and unpredictable. A moment fans won't forget. By the end of the episode, the semifinal had delivered everything fans hoped for. Thrilling action, emotional highs and lows, and a dash of unexpected drama. But long after the winners were announced and the lights dimmed, one moment continued to dominate conversations online. The moment a referee told Bradley Walsh to be quiet, and the crowd refused to stay silent. It was the kind of television moment that can't be scripted. A clash of personalities, a roar from the audience, and a reminder that live entertainment will always have surprises. Gladiators continues. As the competition moves toward the grand final, anticipation continues to build. Fans are eager to see which contender will ultimately claim victory and earn Gladiators' glory. And if the semifinal proved anything, it's that anything can happen inside that arena. Because when fierce athletes, passionate fans, and strong personalities collide, the result is unforgettable television.